The New Orleans Pelicans are clearly on to something, man. I'm telling you, they are not flying under my radar, to say the least. Zion Williamson, C.J. McCollum, Brandon Ingram, Jose Alvarado, Najee Marshall, they all was live in attendance at the Summer League together. Key word, together, a collective unit, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to tell you something right now. Something special is brewing in New Orleans. I'm here to tell you, I am not surprised. I would not surprise me, to say the least, if the Pelicans is a top 5 seed in the Western Conference. It's too many. It's just like it's just too much good going on right now in New Orleans. It's too much camaraderie for it not to work. You know, you got a great coach, a great superstar, great secondary. I mean, the team is just loaded. It just went from the dumpster to greatness overnight. I don't know how this happened. Zion Williamson is the biggest domino in the NBA, because he could take the Pelicans to contention, or, you know, it all depends on the level Zion is at. Because if Zion turns into that player that they drafted, that they thought they was going to be receiving, all bets are off. Along with Brandon Ingram, who I believe Brandon Ingram feel like he's the best player on this team. But we're going to get all into those variables. But listen, the Pelicans are dangerous. Dangerous. And then we didn't even get to CJ, and then the collection of the young talent that they have here. It's wild. But something's brewing here, man. Give credit to David Griffin, give credit to Trajan, give credit to Swing Cash, everybody up in the Pelicans organization. They have came in here and they have just did right, you know. Even Miss Benson. I mean, shit, everything is just going well in New Orleans. I mean, this is wild. They went from just the shits to just on top of the world. I've never seen nothing like this before. That no one can say is Zion all in New Orleans. That's irrelevant. Zion Williamson is 100% in on the Pelicans. You know, it's wild what has happened here. I'm just ecstatic. You know, tell me, is this something, nothing, or is it everything? But I'm here to tell you, a young team like the Pelicans, where all these guys are really young, you know, to beat all this together, no egos, I think they got the right veteran in the mix. When you got a C.J. McCollum at 30 years old, he been around it, he done been there, he done that. He's still proving it on the court. You seen what he did. He came here, put up 24 points per game, upped his percentage. Then he scored with the Portland Trailblazers. He scored more points out here, and he averaged more points in Portland at 24 than he averaged his whole time in Portland, is what I'm trying to tell you. That's in New Orleans, pardon me. I don't know if I mixed up some wording. My bad, but work with me. But nonetheless, man, Zion Williamson, his return, we all know is imminent. When he comes back, he's going to wreak havoc, wreck shop around the league. We talking about a guy averaging 27 points per game, shooting 61% from the field. Shooting 61% from the field. Yes, you heard me clearly. And then grabbing 7 rebounds. With the contract that he got, I expect Zion Williamson to be a double-double guy. And those 3 assists, I expect them to go up. I believe Zion will have the basketball in his hands, able to make decisions more in that point forward role. I don't know necessarily a point Zion situation, but I could see a situation where he's playing point forward. I got the utmost confidence in Willie Green. Willie Green will figure this thing out. Also, speaking of Willie Green, we already know he was a hell of a coach last season. I think Willie Green comes back, don't miss a millisecond, and pick up damn near right where he left off, and continue to wreak havoc, you know. And I think Zion, with the conjunction with B.I., C.J., and just the infusement of just the energy is just on 100. This guy, Willie Green, could win Coach of the Year. With David Griffin and the Pelicans, they could win Executive of the Year. I mean, the sky is the limit. You know, I'm telling you, the Pelicans, the Suns, they better hope they go get the Suns better hope they go get Kevin Durant, because you seen they almost knocked off the Suns without Zion. And I don't want to hear, Devin Booker was this, Devin Booker was that. Trust me. Chris Paul is winding down. You know, the Suns is a great regular season team, but come postseason, when you got to lock down, they had a hard time with Brandon Ingram, boy. Could you imagine if you had Zion Williamson out there creating even more space for Brandon Ingram, who don't need much space at all? Now you telling me you gonna have Brandon Ingram completely isolated on one side of the floor? Good luck. Brandon Ingram is completely unguardable. Completely. It's not even close with Brandon Ingram. My man B.I. put up 22 points per game, shooting 46% from the field, 5 rebounds and 5 assists. I expect those assist numbers to go up. Jose Alvarado, New York City. We all know what time it is with him. You know, Puerto Rican. He went to Georgia Tech, 24 years of age, from Brooklyn. You know, we all know 6 foot. He fought like hell to get to this point that he's in. You know, I think he captured the hearts of all basketball fans this season. Not even if you were a New York fan, a Pelicans fan, this guy captured the hearts. Undrafted, he came in, demand averaged 6 points per game, shot 44% from the field and 29% from three, averaged 1 rebound and 2 assists, 1 steal. I know y'all like, what the hell kind of numbers is that? And that's in 15 minutes. Jose Alvarado, this is the kind of player, his impact cannot be showed up in no stat sheet. What Jose Alvarado brings, if you just look at his numbers, you are going to do yourself a major disservice. Jose Alvarado is affecting the game in all facets when he's on the floor. He's just a pest, you know, and he's not a guy who gets into altercations or try to go back and forth verbally. He's just trying to win at all costs. You know, he's not being disrespectful to the opponent. Like I said, he got this thing that he sneaks behind opponents because he's so short he could blend right in. I don't think that's going to fly next season because that will be on the scouting report. He caught way too many people with that, you know, but I still believe this guy is a player and he's going to improve his game. And along with the Brandon Ingrams, with the Zion Williamsons, with the CJs, these guys are going to be more open than ever. They just need to learn how to knock down shots. That's it. That's it. You know, and if I'm David Griffin, I'm looking for shooters. You know, I would have loved if the Pelicans could have got their hands on Kevin Huerter out of Atlanta. That would have been major. You know, I think if they would have got him, I'm like, now you're talking Western Conference Finals. You know, but I mean, it is what it is. I think they got if they can add a sharpshooter to the Pelicans, like an elite sharpshooter. If they could get a guy like a Duncan Robinson, I know that's not realistic, but something like that. You know, a sharpshooter is over. If they could have got their hands on Joe Ingles, I think that would have paid crazy dividends. You know, and we just talking about these guys. We didn't even get the Jackson Hayes and the rest of the crew. This team is loaded. It's got the right veterans, the young guys. The Pelicans are clearly brewing something. Something special is happening in the city of New Orleans, and it's going down with these New Orleans Pelicans. And it starts at the top. Give credit because they was getting annihilated and getting shitted on. Now people got to have that energy to praise this organization because it's proven that if it's not world class already, in a few years from now, this organization will be seen as a world class organization if they continue what they're doing. So I'm going to leave it at that. Zion Williamson, Brandon Ingram, C.J. McCollum, Najee Marshall, and our man Jose Alvarado, Brooklyn, New York. You already know. They were spotted out there at the Summer League together. Keyword together. Something going down in New Orleans, man. And I can't wait to witness it. It's Flight Sports TV.